Maiku okay. Ikuyo! Hello everybody, it is your girl Kalpany back again for another Reddit reading video. Today I am in KDA Akali. Check the drip. I love this cosplay. I haven't worn it in a really long time, but I need to because it's so cute and I really like the way it looks on me. I just need to wear it more often, there's no excuse. Plus I get a cute mic. I have a cute mic. Can I get a blue Slurpee? What size? Small. Today we're going to be reading some more r/AmITheDevil. Everyone acts surprised. So let's get right into the stories right now. Am I the asshole for allowing my kids to disrespect a maid? A few weeks back, we stayed at my sister's house for the week. Just a random visit due to something not too relevant here. They, as in her and her husband, have a live-in maid or nanny or whatever, and she works 10 hours a day. I don't even know what she actually does because she's not allowed to clean the kids' rooms or bathrooms, or their rooms or bathrooms. She just watches the kids only, I guess. About that 10 hours a day part, after her shift, no one is allowed to go into her reserved space in the house. That means no kids going into her room and no tasks being asked of her. At all. Rules were told to us when we got there, but I will admit my kids, 8 male and 6 male, did end up going into her area during her off hours because they wanted a snack or whatever. Only happens maybe 2 or 3 times. The nanny complained about it to my sister and her husband, and they told me if I can't control my kids and respect their nanny's space, then we couldn't stay. Am I the asshole? Yes, you are, because that's her personal space. And she's off the clock. That's like when I'm at work, when people are like, oh, excuse me? I'm like, no, I'm not getting paid to help you right now. But like the company's like, oh, but you should help anybody. Even if you're not on the clock, you should help any customers asking. I don't fucking think so. I'm not getting paid to help them. They can ask somebody who's on the clock to help them. But that's also like her space. Like, how would you feel if somebody just walked into your room, like, a stranger basically? What if one of your like kids' friends just walked into your room? Did you guys ever as like a kid go over to your friend's house and like their parents' room was like the forbidden room? Like going in there was like a special privilege and like you were on your extra best behavior if you went in the parents' room? There were some friends' houses that I've never even been to their parents' room. Like there was one that it was like the land beyond. I never went in there. Like I'd peek in or like I'd like maybe I step a foot in the door. But we'd never go in. I've never seen the inside. I don't know if that's just me or if you guys had a similar experience, but going into a private space and then acting entitled, like you are entitled to that space and time just because it's also within the house is kind of crazy to me. Control your kids. What? Like I'm not too keen on children anyway. I don't have the patience for them. They just get on my nerves kind of with everything they do. They breathe and I'm like, that's me personally. No hate to any children out there. No hate to anybody who has children. They're just not. This sounds really weird. This sounds very weird. Control your kids. Control your kids. This is very entitled. It's giving very entitled parents. There's a hair on my face. There's a hair on my face. And it's tickling me. Our next story also comes from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for cleaning out the medicine cabinet? I, 57-year-old male, have been married to my wife, 52-year-old female, for 30 years. Today, while my wife was at work, I decided to clean out the medicine cabinet. I noticed that there were a lot of medications that were expired and a lot of repeats. For example, we have 4 bags of cough drops, 3 bottles of ibuprofen, etc. I decided to throw away expired medications and throw away the extras. As I did so, I made a video of the process and pointed out the expiration dates on all of the medications and pointed out the repeats. I videoed myself throwing these away and explained calmly why these medications needed to be monitored more closely in the future. The video was about 3 minutes long. I then sent the video to my wife so that she could see what I did. I was surprised when she called me back, very upset, asking why I hated her so much. She accused me of trying to shame her and said she couldn't understand why I was being so hateful. She told me that if I had been so concerned about our medication cabinet that I should have been monitoring it on a daily or weekly basis, and that if I was that concerned about cleaning out the medication cabinet, I would have just done it without making a shame video. I told her I was not attempting to shame her, but rather inform her. She told me that she showed the video to some of her coworkers and they agreed with her that I was the asshole. So who is right? Am I the asshole? Yes. Because also, what if some of those are prescription medications? That's a HIPAA violation. Get smacked with a HIPAA violation, bitch. Whenever a man says, I explained very calmly, it sounds so patronizing, and I don't care for it. First and foremost, according to my pharmacist, because I work in the pharmacy, according to my pharmacist, medications only lose 10% efficacy after every year that they've been expired. So, if it expired like a month ago, it's fine, you can still use it. Don't quote me on that, I'm not a medical professional, I just work in the pharmacy, so. Taking the liability off my hands. Whatever decisions y'all make, it's on you. That'd be so embarrassing though. It kind of gives off petty roommate vibes. I was once the petty roommate, so I get it, because I used to take a picture or a video and I'd be like, guys, what the fuck? I feel like it's a different situation for a wife than a roommate, because a roommate, you're typically more like a friend level. Maybe you're not quite as close, but a wife, that's your wife. You've been married for 30 years. Could you not just talk to her like a normal person? Why are we treating her like she's stupid? Also, when you need those 3 bottles of ibuprofen, you're gonna be real fucking mad that they're gone, because ibuprofen's expensive. Medication's expensive. I know you're gonna be mad as fuck when one day you're like, oh, my head hurts so bad. Man, do we have any ibuprofen? Your wife's like, oh no, we just ran out. You wouldn't have if you didn't throw away the fucking extra bottles, but now you got a headache. Womp womp. Isn't that unfortunate for you? Guess you shouldn't have thrown those ibuprofen away, because now you have to pay for more, and that sucks, because buying things sucks. Buying things that you need sucks. Buying things that you want is great. Our next post is from r/true off my chest. LGBTQ is everywhere after 2020. I'm so tired of seeing the gay flag everywhere. I'm not homophobic. I'm a lesbo. But goddamn, do you need everything to be gay? Like, yes, I'm happy it's normalized, but oh my god, not everything needs to be gay. Yes, I'm from a country where LGBTQ is banned. Sorry if the wording's bad, but it's 3 AM and I'm tired. Worded it wrong, lol. IDK how to get my point across, but basically what I'm saying here is that yes, I'm happy that people are allowed to be freely gay in the world, but I'm just annoyed at all the unneeded gay stuff. Took out a part that people kept coming at me for. I want to know what they took out. Because you knew you fucked up if you said something and then you're like, my bad guys. You knew you fucked up. I want to know what it was. Imagine having no whimsy and no wonder of the world. Why are you getting that mad about it? Like, it's giving self-hate. It's giving, I don't know how to accept myself. Because why does it bother you that people are like, hey, I'm really proud of this. Hey, I'm really happy that we can be out and proud about this. Why is that upsetting you? I feel like you need to talk to yourself and have your own inner demons worked out before you should be saying shit like this. Everywhere after 2020. God forbid. Those fucking gay people, they just won't stop putting rainbows everywhere, bro. What the? It makes me sick. We've got another story from Am I the Asshole? Am I the Asshole? I was out to a restaurant when I invited someone out and things went downhill after I lashed out. I, 32 male, yesterday went out after my appointments to a restaurant to go and relax. I invited 27 female out with me to keep me company since we've been talking for weeks. It wasn't a relationship thing. It was just wanting to properly understand and introduce myself. I invited her and she said that she would be coming. I checked her Instagram and saw she was not too far from where I was. Fine, whatever was my response. She responded back if I was going to buy her drinks. Yeah, sure, whatever. We at a bar. We at a bar, bro. Things went downhill after she responded that she was bringing a friend. I'm trying to figure out who is the friend and why is she bringing him. I got angry and flipped out. If I invite you to chill and vibe, I'm not inviting people I don't know and I'm not comfortable with. Especially if it's another dude out of all people. It's another dude, bro. She messaged me back to back, trying to explain herself and I didn't respond. She attempted to call me and no response. Minutes later, both her and the guy is literally sitting 3 chairs away from me. She was upset and angry, saying I'm being weird, not knowing that I was sitting damn nearby her. I don't think English is their first language. Maybe, because this is kind of hard to read. She stayed for about 30 minutes. I'm busy looking at the TV and playing video games, and she's just talking. She and the guy left, and I later messaged her telling her that was straight disrespectful. She had shown me nothing but utter disrespect. Her response was to try and say I was some type of predator. I flipped out and told her I'm too busy working and taking care of myself. I invited her out of the kindness of my heart to introduce myself. My reason for getting pissed off was because I'm strict with who I surround myself with. I don't want nobody I don't know around me. Yes, I do understand women's safety is a factor when she surrounds herself with other guys. I also see it as in the same group of guy friends they surround themselves with is the same ones they currently or previously were messing around with or trying to get with her. Her last response after I confronted her was that she came and invited him and was going to have him sit at another table. She stated that I made her feel weird. To give my perspective, I simply have a hard time trusting people. I have been screwed over too many times. Am I the asshole for flipping out? Yes, it could have been handled differently, but I'm all about keeping peace. I didn't want to flip out on her in the restaurant. Did I overreact? Me personally, I don't feel bad and don't have any remorse. Tell me you have never feared for your safety without telling me you have never feared for your safety. I was literally just in a scenario where me and my friend were out, and it was so uncomfortable. There was a guy and he walked up to us and he like leaned over and we thought he was gonna start talking to us, and he just stared at us and then walked away. And apparently we were just sitting, eating our edible cookie dough, having a good time, being friends, and we were watching some skateboarders just skate around, just like, okay, mainly we were going because when they fell, it was funny, but like we weren't making fun of them. It was just like people fall, haha, funny, they fell. But it was also pretty cool to watch because sometimes they would land really cool tricks and it'd be like, wow! We got really uncomfortable because the guy kept hanging around the area, and we were like, okay, we should probably go soon because it was getting darker out and we were two young women and it was in like a city-esque area. We didn't want it to get too late to where there would be no people around but us and the guy, because the guy was clearly something was up. We ended up asking one of the skaters like, hey, would you mind walking us to our cars? We don't really feel safe with that guy because we feel like with how way he was staring at us earlier that he might follow us. And as we're walking away, because the skater was very nice and he said he would walk us back to our cars. He said that the guy was just standing like behind us, just staring at us for a really long time. So yes, being with another girl helps. Yes, having a buddy system helps. But at some point, if you feel unsafe because of a man, sometimes having another man as like the muscle is going to help make you feel more safe. And granted, trying to trust a stranger is also kind of a gamble in a ways. But we felt much safer with someone closer to our age who was not staring at us, walking us back to our car rather than going by ourselves. It's like letting your friends know the license plate of the car when you're going on like a first date with somebody, or like letting your friends know the address of where you're gonna be, letting somebody know where you're gonna be. It's something that you have to do to make yourself feel more safe, to make yourself feel more comfortable. And like if something were to happen, God forbid, but if something were to happen, people could help find you. People could help track your last movements. People could help be like, this is the license plate of the person they were with. There are just some things that I feel like men could never understand because they've never been in a situation where you feel unsafe just like by another person being around them. Granted, some men have this encounter and they could sympathize or empathize, but being a woman and being scared for your own safety just to walk back to your car is a different kind of experience. I don't wish upon anybody. It's awful. It's an awful feeling like you have to check behind you, because that's what we were doing the entire time we were walking back to the car. I kept looking behind just because I don't know, what if he was following? What if like we would have the guy with us, but still it's like what if he followed us? It's you have to be careful as a woman, and to get mad at her for that, because what I'm assuming happened is that they had never met before. That's what he was saying, introduce myself. Yes, I would bring somebody with me, especially if I don't know you. Especially if maybe you might be giving me kind of weird vibes, but like, I'll give it a shot. It's better to be safe than sorry. 1000%. Did I glue this? I did glue this. Why did I not sew this? When making this, I had to fix these pants, and apparently I glued this gold stripe down instead of sewing it. I don't know why I glued it instead of sewed it. That's really stupid of me. That's really stupid to do. I was really stupid. Our next story also comes from Am I the Asshole? Am I the Asshole, 36 male, for telling my wife, 32 female, the truth about her cognitive abilities? I can already tell this is gonna be good. This is gonna be fucking good. My wife never went to college, nor did she even get good grades. She isn't quick to learn new stuff, let alone stuff that's easy. I suspect she has a low IQ due to this. She mentioned wanting to go to college eventually when our children are older. This got me thinking. I asked her to take the old SAT 1980s just for fun. I said I would do it with her. She scored extremely low, which corresponded to an 87 IQ. I scored decent, which corresponded to my actual IQ, which is 117. I told her all of this. She started crying about how dumb she is. I told her that it's fine and that I didn't tell her this just to make her feel bad. I told her all this to make her give up on the aspiration of attending college. The reason being is that people with an IQ of below 110 to 115 can't do real college work. Source: Brian White on Quora. Not Quora! Imagine calling on Quora. Like, how smart do you have to be to go to college? Maybe Brian White can tell me. Can't do real college work. Source: Brian White on Quora. And that if they go to college, they usually do some made-up major or some useless major. Right. My wife told her friend about this, and her friend is furious at me. She called me all kinds of names, which I'm not going to bother mentioning. She's trying to convince my wife that my claims are false, but my wife isn't listening to her, thankfully. You fucking destroyed your wife's self-esteem, bro. And you're proud of that. You said, she's not listening to her because she knows that I told her that she was dumb, and she's listening to me because I have a high IQ of 117. You destroyed her fucking self-esteem, bro. She thinks that she's stupid now. That's your wife? You don't deserve to be married, bro. You're fucking awful. That's an awful thing to do. As somebody who's going back to college, not going back, but is going to college like full-time, seriously, for the first time at 25, that's horrendous. I'm also going for a made-up degree. I'm going for cinema and TV production. I'm a good old useless made-up major. Okay, I'm sorry I don't want to be an engineer. I'm sorry I don't want to be a chemist. I'm sorry I don't want to be an astronomer. Like, what the fuck? Why would you say that? That's just a shitty thing to do. Also, going later in life, I feel like most people should go to college later in life. It gives you time to experience the world out of a school setting and lets you figure out who you are as a person. Maybe 2 years from now, you're gonna change what you want to do with the rest of your life. It's better to not waste money also going to college for a degree you don't really want to go for. Maybe you go to college with the intent for a criminal justice major and you're a year and a half in and you realize that you don't want to be a criminal justice major anymore. This is not what you thought it would be, and this is not what you want for the rest of your life. And now you've wasted a ton of money. I feel like it's better to go later in life so you can really figure out what you want to do, really figure out what you're passionate about. And not everybody needs college. You don't need to go to college to be smart. Also, your SAT does not tell you how smart you are. So fun fact, I never took the SAT or the ACT. Never. Because I went to my counselor in high school and because I did not know what to do. I need you to show me, or I need you to kind of walk me through it or give me instructions on how to do something, not just be like, oh, you sign up online, figure it out. I need more help and more instruction than that. And I asked my counselor for help in high school and they said, oh, you can do it online. I said, great, thank you. I was like, I'm kind of worried about trying to figure out what I want to do for college. You'll figure it out. Great, thanks. And I never did. And so I did it when I was 25. That's why I'm in college at 25. But I never took the SAT or ACT. They don't quantify your intelligence. It's a fucking SAT, bro. It's a standardized test. I'm sure you could score real high on the SAT and be fucking stupid as shit in real world application. Be unable to put it into practice. I can't imagine putting my partner down, putting them down, making them feel stupid when they have an aspiration or a goal. When I met my partner, I was getting ready to go to college. I was putting in the applications. I was getting ready. I was doing this all for the first time. They were extremely supportive. They wanted nothing but for me to be successful with it. That's how you should be with a partner. And this was maybe a couple months after I met them, a couple months after we started dating. All they wanted was for me to be successful and supported me 100% with this. And that's what you should be doing as a partner. That's what your partner deserves. Is you to be supportive of their dreams, not to shit on them and make them feel stupid. Genuinely, you're a really fucking awful person. And I hope she leaves your ass because she deserves someone who's going to uplift and inspire her and encourage her to achieve her dreams. Not somebody who's gonna sit there and call her fucking stupid. Our last post for today is from r/true unpopular opinion. Pro-choicers have become really melodramatic. As the title says, pro-choicers have become really melodramatic in how they talk about abortion. Nowadays, every argument ends in them talking about how women are being forced to use their internal organs to support another person. and how in no other situation would you be forced to use your internal organs to support another person. 10, even 5 years ago, I don't remember people saying that. I'm betting this is a post-Roe v. Wade overturn thing. And it's not really true even, unless you are using a very narrow definition of what using your internal organs means. I mean, try giving your kid a bath without using your internal organs. Also, not liking the level of disrespect they appear to have for people's external organs, which includes several of my favorite organs, such as eyes, skin, and tongue. Hashtag skin lives matter. There's no way this is serious. I need to see some of the comments. There's no way this is serious. People are responding as if this is serious and not a troll post. I guess it is. This is a fucking crazy take. Skin lives matter. Some of his favorite organs. Eyes, skin, and tongues. I feel like your tongue is an internal organ because it's inside your mouth, but what do I know? I'm a pro-choicer, so I don't really have any say in the matter, I guess. I like how he uses italics to talk about internal or external organs. This is a crazy take. I'm just saying, if men were to be able to get pregnant, abortion would not even be a question. Not even be a question. Who's really the one that gets mad here? Like, all we want is for women to be able to make choices on their own. Oh my god, all we want is for women to be able to make a choice themselves about something that's going to permanently change their body and the way that it works. And you're like, you use your internal organs for other stuff. Try giving your kid a bath without using your internal organs. I mean, shit. Try breathing without using your internal organs. Shut the fuck up. What are you trying to say? Jenny, what are you trying to say here? Who's the one standing outside Planned Parenthood with signs saying everyone's committing a sin by just stepping foot in that place even though it provides more services than just abortion? Not me. Not the pro-choicers. But no, it's not funny at the end of the day, is it? It's serious. I'm laughing because this is a crazy take, because people can die. People have died from trying to give themselves an abortion because they cannot have safe access to a professional one. That's not a joke. There's nothing to joke about with that. People have died. People will continue to die because they do not have safe access to an abortion. If men had to actually feel what it would be like to be pregnant for 9 months, they would probably take back a lot of the shit that they say. Because that is a fucking 7-pound weight hanging on your stomach for months. You don't get to take it off. You don't get an alleviation. You can lift it up. That'll help with some. But that is something that in your body, you cannot change that for 9 months. And it's not like some fat where it will kind of get evenly distributed. It is all in the front. I would love to see men have to go through this shit for 9 months. Love to see it. Because I bet they would take back so much of the shit that they say. There's no fucking way. With all of the shit that you have to deal with being pregnant, cravings, different emotions that are way stronger because of all the hormones changing in your body, fucking gestational diabetes where your baby is literally being a parasite and won't stop eating. You now have diabetes because of it while you are pregnant. That's fucking crazy. If men had to deal with this shit, I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of their fucking opinions would change. Because there's no way that you'd be saying this shit if you had to carry a fucking watermelon on your stomach for 9 months. And the process of giving birth is not a comfortable one. That shit is one of, I think, if not the most painful thing a person can go through. I believe it is the most painful thing, like, genuinely, I think when you can measure pain, that is the most painful thing you can go through. There's a reason that epidural exists and goes straight into the spinal cord so it acts quickly. There's a fucking reason for it because it is that painful. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. Honestly, if you're a pro-lifer, you probably shouldn't be on my channel anyway because we're not gonna fucking vibe. It's also not your choice because it's not your body. You're not the one fucking doing it. You're not the one carrying the baby. I could go on about this for a really long time, but I will shut the fuck up now because I am at 40 minutes of yapping. I am gonna have to cut this down a lot because I can yap and yap and yap about how pro-choice is the only correct option. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I definitely got heated at the end there. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media. It is at Calphony everywhere you go. TikTok, Instagram. And be sure to follow my dance group at Volare Idols. We work really hard. We've got a performance coming up summer next year that we're working really hard for that you guys should definitely check out if you like Vocaloid. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Be sure to follow my dance group. Be sure to follow me. And be sure to like and subscribe if you liked and subscribed it. See ya!